We are the Pop Culture, this is Pop CTV, the weekly show from popcultures.com, where we talk about this week in pop culture and entertainment news exclusively at, funny enough, popcultures.com. Be sure to follow us on all social media such as like Facebook and Twitter and all that just by searching the Pop Culturists.
Ryan.
Yeah.
One more time for the people in the back. Who are we?
The Pop Culturists.
And where can you find our content?
Popcultures.com.
Wasn't sure we said it enough in that intro.
No, like it's called brand awareness.
Yeah.
If we just bombard your face with it, you'll be like, what? So you'll be in your sleep and you're like, oh, Pop Culturist. Pop Culturist.
Single frame flashes.
In
Pop
dream,
C. Pop C.
In dream
Dylan's
advertising
Pop
is
C.
the plan. That's the future. I've seen Futurama. I know what the future
You
is.
may have noticed the progression we've made. We've gone from paper to tablets to clipboards, fitting with the theme, and these sick cups.
Oh. Yeah, did you get these cups? Oh. Just choke a little bit.
Just showing you how cool they are.
Yeah, cool.
Ryan, what's in store for today's show?
This is the Lab Reports, which, as I said, we talk about this week in pop culture and entertainment news. As always, 5 bits of news.
6.
6? Jeez.
The way it's been for 2 years now. As always, my fucking ass.
Starting with number 1, with the renewal with Supergirl. It looks like Supergirl could be coming across to...
Ring my beard.
It looks like Supergirl could be coming from CBS, Dylan? Yeah. Dylan has no idea.
From
CBS.
It says it in the first sentence of the thing.
Yeah, but that's what's the point of having a guy we can yell off screen? With the renewal of Supergirl still up in the air at CBS, there are talks that it's going to be heading over to CW to be joining The Flash, Arrow, and DC's Legends of Tomorrow. As happened with Constantine, the hefty license fees the network has been paying to Warner Brothers Television is according to the new report from The Wrap. Supergirl being the most expensive of the new CBS shows and one that shed about half of its audience in its advertiser-friendly 18 to 35 demographic over the course of the last season, has been watched closely by industry insiders who suspect that if the CBS rookie with a target on its back, if there's any CBS show that's going to watch out, looks like it's going to be Supergirl. Instead, the report insists that CBS is trying to get reduced license fees so they can make a second season happen. Meanwhile, there's 2 weeks left to do it before both CBS and the CW have the upfront presentations and lock in their fall schedules. This is scheduled for May 18 and 19, respectively. Fans have long clamoured to bring Supergirl home to the CBW, where the series could be...
CW.
What I say?
CBW.
Sorry, where the CW... Where the series could be more thoroughly integrated with the Arrowverse, as we said, with Arrow, Flash, and DC's Legend of Tomorrow, all filming in Vancouver. It sounds good to the uninitiated, but in reality, it would likely mean a reduction of product.
What is wrong with you today?
It would be a restriction in production budget.
Reduced.
It would be smaller, and the potential loss of some of the sweet LA perks that it gets from filming with CBS. It's interesting.
The only problem I have with this is that it's still called the Arrowverse.
What's more established?
Almost. Can we just call it the multiverse now? Because Arrow sucks major dong now. And nobody likes it, and I don't like Supergirl anyway. Not because I'm sexist, because the show is average at best.
When we had to cover it for DC Domination back at Nova Stream, it was the one show that and Gotham. It's the one show that I just didn't hook me.
But apparently Gotham got good.
Yeah, allegedly. Yeah. I'll get into it.
Schedules are too full. We have clipboards now.
But it's very interesting though, because we know there has been that I'm gonna say clash over. I didn't go to bed. That crossover with The Flash and Supergirl.
And the ratings, tripled.
Yeah, so Greg Berlanti, who's the producer, he's producer on both, and he's working, I assume, to make it happen at this point. Because to him it would be beneficial. But the CW has a lot less money.
Yeah, but, Supergirl rocks up in the Arrowverse and just fucks everybody up. She doesn't... Her powers don't quite fit.
Yeah, well,
if you know what I mean.
see, well, maybe that could be what they focus on with season 5
For what?
of Arrow.
Yeah, that's what they're up. That's what's coming.
Yeah, so like with each season they've tackled something different. You know, first season being quite grounded. So, you know, like this last season they focused very heavily on magic. So maybe the next one they can sort of look to Alien. They've looked at, you know, why not?
Nothing about Arrow excites me anymore. But you know what kind of does excite me?
What?
Number 2. The Universal Monsters movie schedule has been updated again with the announcement of a third Universal Monsterverse film set for release February 15, 2019. The mystery Universal Monsters movie will follow the Alex Kurtzman-helmed The Mummy, which lands in theatres June 9th, 2017, as well as another mystery Monsterverse movie set for April 13, 2018. Although neither of the 2018 or 2019 Universal Monsters movie releases have revealed their titles, it's a likely bet that one of them will be the new big screen take on The Invisible Man. Oh. As you can see, which you shouldn't be able to see, because he's this one. Such a project is confirmed to be in development at the studio, with recent news that Johnny Depp has plans to play the film's visibly challenged protagonist. Other Universal Monsters movies are in the works too, however, including a new film on the Wolfman. See that? Yes. Looks like a really hairy dude. Looks like my dad, actually. All 3 Universal Monsters movies are said to be part of the studio's new initiative to revive and reimagine Universal classic monsters for a modern audience. The Mummy boasts a screenplay by John Space Prometheus and stars Sophia Natala as the title, with Tom Cruise set to play the mystery role. Fargo executive producer Noah Hawley is said...
Sorry, Sophia Natala. Not her name.
Brutella, fine, okay. Is also said to be writing another one of the films in the series, with Prisoner scribe Aaron Wazowski penning the reboot of The Wolfman.
Guzikowski.
That's it.
I'm really fascinated by this, actually. I think it'd be interesting to see, because these movies came out, what? A really long time ago.
We're talking pre our birth.
Like, we're talking black and white days. Like, these movies have been out for a very, very long time.
We weren't even semen at that
point.
point.
Yeah, we weren't even ideas at that point.
So cool.
But I think it'd be... Because didn't they sort of start laying the groundwork for what was going to be the Universal Monsters with Dracula Untold? The one that came out a couple of years ago that kind of bombed, really.
Did they? I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's what they were sort of laying the ground. That was supposed to be their...
They should have kept building off Van Helsing. That's what they should have done.
God, but that movie bombed as well.
I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, but it's...
It's like a guilty pleasure movie, but I really like it.
You know what's a really interesting documentary behind that? When they just focus on the hat they built for Hugh Jackman, because he has an incredibly huge or small head.
Small, I'd say.
Either way, they had to build like this ridiculously sized hat.
That's cool.
It was awesome. But yeah, no, I'd be interested to see The Mummy again, though. Because I love Brendan Fraser's Mummy.
That's the only one I'm iffy about, really. Because the rest of them don't. The Mummy. Like,
I
enjoy The Mummy.
Yeah.
In its current...
Oh, because the other ones you don't have that connection to.
Yeah, there's nothing to go back to at the moment. So
that's a good point.
We'll see.
But one thing that we'll be coming back to is the Avengers. Filmmakers Joe and Anthony Russo are planning to change the names of the Avengers Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2. Pretty good idea. Very simple names. Speaking with Uproxx, the Captain America Civil War directors said the 2 films will get title changes sooner rather than later. Quote, the movies are 2 very different movies. Explaining the reasoning said Joe Russo, explaining the reasons for switching things up with the Marvel films. It is misleading, added Anthony Russo, when asked about the current 2-part title for Infinity War. Joe Russo says it's just a matter of time until new names are announced for the films. The intention is we will change it. We just haven't come up with the titles yet, he said. But yes, we will change it. And yes, that is the scoop. We will retitle them. The new titles won't be the only big change to the upcoming Marvel Cinematic Universe. Guardians of the Galaxy Star-Lord will show up in the movies. Weird. And Captain Marvel might as well. In fact, the Russo brothers have previously said that there could be as many as 67 characters in the Avengers Infinity War, though that's obviously subject to change. Avengers Infinity Part 1 and Part 2 are slated to hit theaters May 4, 2018 and May 3, 2019.
Ooh, shaking up the Marvel Universe. Whoa. Whoa.
Marvel fanboys over here. Look, it makes sense. Part 1 and Part 2 is a really boring name. But it also depends on what sort of...
Is it though? Because if Part 1's going to finish on like a... there's more to come cliffhanger kind of a thing, wouldn't it make sense to make it Part 2 so the casual audience goes, well, this is a follow-up to that movie?
Yeah. Like, it's interesting. Like for me, I see them as two separate movies because there is a couple of movies that take place in between them. So if it was like when we had Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2, they followed each other. There was nothing in the middle. So you knew that you were getting the first half of a movie, second half of the movie's here. Because you'd assume that every movie that takes place between Part 1 and Part 2 plays a role in Part 2.
How many movies can there be? Because they're only a year apart.
There's 2 or 3. There's 2.
Fuck, Marvel going hard.
Yeah, they're going real hard of that too.
They're going to empty their coffers.
I'm expecting them to probably name one. One will still be called the Infinity War or Infinity Crisis, maybe, but no, it can't be.
Yeah, Crisis.
I'm trying to think of like.
Let's just take names from DC.
What were the other books that there were out there? There was like Thanos Quest was one of them.
Let's not call it that.
Yeah, the Infinity Gauntlet. They can just go straight up and make it obvious.
A
couple different options.
I'm sure they'll be fine either way. You know, us might not be fine.
What?
The segue's really bad today. Number 4, there might be a new Star Wars game.
That's good.
From an article pulled from our buddies at Load Screen. Hey
Thanks,
guys,
Simon
what's
Charlie.
up? I'm going to read it verbatim because I like Charlie's sense of humour. Good news, you scruffy-looking nerf herders. There's a new Star Wars game in the pipeline from Respawn, the team behind Titanfall, and EA. In a blog post from Respawn, Stig Asmussen... What? I should have swapped these news stories around so you get these. The game is specified as being a third-person action-adventure game set in the Star Wars universe. He is hoping this untitled game is a bit more successful than Battlefront, but as...
Asmussen.
I almost said ass munching. States, it's not all fun and games. We promise to pay respect to the Star Wars legacy at all times, a fact that will be constantly reinforced and honoured as a central game design tenet. So I guess no Darth Vader mech suits yet. What this game will be about is anybody's guess, but here's hoping it's all about Star Wars universe's most underrated character. I cut it off.
What was it meant to say?
I don't
know. Oh, God.
Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, man. That'd be just Jar Jar Binks. See, this is very interesting, though. Like, with Star Wars Battlefront, right, they created a game that is so, well, I guess semi-respectful to the original trilogy.
It seems that way from the few times I've watched you play it.
They know what they've made and they're running with, which is really, really cool. However, what are these guys going to do that separates it from Battlefront? It's like,
a third-person action adventure to me.
But a third, like that game can be played in third person, but it's not. Yeah.
I'm gonna guess there's gonna be a few more RPG elements in it.
Yeah, I'm thinking a more campaign-based game.
Was it Knights of the Old Republic that everyone fucking loves?
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, so I'm thinking more of a.
What if it's called Knights of the New Republic?
Well, EA and BioWare originally did Knights of the Old Republic. So,
are you okay?
Sorry, burp.
So do it.
No, it's gone now. It kind of escaped slightly. But Remedy, is it Remedy? Yeah.
What?
Was it Remedy that was the game people?
Respawn.
Yeah. Well, I guess if they did Titanfall, off the top of my head, I can't remember what else Respawn has done. But
I don't know.
I mean, more Star Wars games always makes me
I'm probably
happy. One game that is sure to make me happy is Uncharted 4. Now, through the PlayStation blog, developers Naughty Dog have announced their roadmap, or their philosophy, as they said it in the blog exactly, in the upcoming Uncharted 4 A Thief's End multiplayer. Guess what? All its DLC is free.
Yay.
That's right, the future maps and modes will be available with all, quote, vanity and gameplay in-game store items, end quote, so you can earn them through gameplay rather than purchasing them. Naughty Dog hopes by offering this, it will prevent a fragmented community, where some players were able to purchase the DLC and others cannot. Naughty Dog will introduce relics, quote, a new currency that can only be earned through gameplay. All DLC will be unlockable using relics, so by playing you will simply unlock the additional content. Players can earn relics by completing daily challenges and winning matches. Relics will be used to buy chests that will drop items at random. There is no direct play-to-win model, however. If the player does not wish to earn the relics, they can purchase them with Uncharted points and exchange it that way. The first DLC pack will release in winter 2016, that's the USA summer, as it appears on the roadmap, and will continue on a quarterly basis for the next 12 months. And as we all know, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End releases May 10th exclusively on the PlayStation 4.
Now let me be a skeptic for a minute.
Okay.
Sure, it's free. Sure, you can earn the in-game content to get to buy it. But my experience with that is it takes so fucking long.
Normally, yeah.
Because it costs so much or you earn so little. Like Hearthstone, for example, right? The expansions are $25 to $32. But you can win, every time you win games and do shit, you get in-game gold, currency, which you can use to buy the expansions too. But the amount of fucking time you'd have to play that game to do it that way and to play it for free, as they say, is, you know, like I tried it and I cracked. I went, fuck, I'm just paying $25. But it's Naughty Dog though, not Blizzard.
See, this is very interesting. So the Uncharted points thing was something that we first heard about, or I first heard about at the PAX with Arnie Mayer.
Not just at PAX, the PAX.
At PAX in Australia. So I was conveniently sitting next to Charlie and Tom from Load Screen, and they announced the Uncharted points. We both looked at each other and went, did they just subtly put in microtransactions? Like, we've not, like, at that point we had not heard it anywhere else. We're like, did he just
Are they planting the seeds?
No, because they say, like, oh, we can buy Uncharted points. Well, we've gone,
no.
No one else has reported on this. Is this a thing?
You see everyone else just like,
everyone else is kind of going,
yay!
Uncharted! But yeah, so like Tom had like journalist face on. He was like,
I can picture him there just with, like when we see him on Skype and he's thinking the face.
He gets that intense Tom
the
think
cheeks
face.
come in a little bit.
But yeah, so that's very interesting. I have not played a lot of Uncharted multiplayer. Personally.
I haven't played it at all.
I gave a little bit of a go when we had the beta, just after EV Expo last year, or PAX last year. After PAX last year, funny enough, PAX again. Look, it's fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. That's not where I'm going to spend my time. That's not what I get an Uncharted game for.
But it could be amazing.
But it could. I like that method of DLC rather than you have to be paying.
In theory, it's really good. It's just how practical it is in play.
That's the thing. Like,
how much is it going to cost? How much can you, on average, earn in a couple of hours? How many hours is that going to equate to you needing playing to get it?
That's what they need to balance out. They would need to balance out that risk. Not risk and reward. Well, essentially risk and reward, or time and reward. Like, if you put X amount of time into it, like, what's the reward you get back? Because honestly, people paying for DLC is what helps fund the game. It's what helps keeps those servers up. Because if you enjoy that multiplayer, you want it to go as long as it can, and that's where people pay money and keep the servers going. So they need to balance it. Like, you know, can everyone just get the DLC without spending any money? Because then they're not going to get any money. So it's a weird balance they're going to have to work out.
I think Naughty Dog are probably fine.
Look, I'm sure they're fine.
I'm sure they want to spend as little as they have to.
They will make a ton of money out of Uncharted in general, but we hope that money goes towards their next
We're
game.
giving them $400.
We are indeed.
We are. Final bit of news, a final lab report for today. Sorry. Where does the franchise go after years of releasing multiple sequels that are nearly indistinguishable from each other?
I wrote exactly that, so I know where it's going.
Yeah, and this is a different website that has the exact same line. So did you write it first or did they write it first? This is not your writing. This is from a different website altogether.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's what I wrote.
Ah! I'm going to have to check who posted what when. Anyway, to space!
Space!
Please bring the volume levels down of that in post. Thank you. Rumours are hyper-futuristic.
Whenever I hear space, there's Tim Curry does a performance in a movie and it's just fucking dumb. He's like, space! Can you edit, Dylan, edit that in?
I don't know who Tim Curry is.
Yeah, Tim Curry in space.
Rumours of a hyper-futuristic entry into the world's most popular FPS series began to circulate last week and have since been confirmed. In addition, the Legacy Edition will ship with a copy of a remastered version of the game that defined the last generation, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare will be available on PC, PS4, Xbox One on November 4. Omission from previous generation consoles. Not mentioned at all. Yeah. The Legacy and Digital Legacy Edition will cost $79.99.
US.
These are all US dollars. The Digital Deluxe Edition, which comes with all of the content from the Legacy Edition plus the Season Pass, will cost folks $99.99 US. Finally, the $119.99 Legacy Pro Edition, for fuck's sake, will have all of the aforementioned goodies along with the collectible Steelbook digital soundtrack and digital items.
For those playing at home, the Legacy Edition, with the $100 US, is the $120 one for us, and the 120 Legacy Pro is $160.
Crazy. It's worth noting that at this point, the Modern Warfare Remaster will only be available in Legacy Editions and above, and will not be available as a standalone product. You can't just buy this game.
You'll be careful. I just realised that you're quite short, so that's probably covering most of your face.
Get it here, because it's coming down. It will ship with 10 of the original multiplayer maps, with the rest of the maps coming as
DLC.
I was going to say downloadable content. You threw me off. In the future.
This is very interesting.
Because we were picking out topics, and it's like, I got 5 because it's pretty long today, and you're like, oh, put COD in. And at the same time, because we want something to shit on. Exact words.
Look, it's a little too easy, but I'm so not excited by this. Not even the littlest of bits.
Everyone is talking about not Infinite Warfare, but Modern Warfare, the remaster. Right? And it looked like in the trailer, in the last 30 seconds of the big trailer, it was like 4 or 5 minute trailer. Yeah. Last 30 seconds, it shows you some Modern Warfare remaster stuff, and it looks really, really good.
But you don't realise how good it looks until you compare it to the original. I looked at the original, I'm like, wow, that's really barren space. Like, I didn't realise there was so much dead space in that game. So I was very fascinated to be like, oh, this is good. But this, I guarantee you, COD Shitfinite War Things, as you've called it, will be the best selling Call of Duty game in years. Simply
for one reason, because everybody wants the Modern Warfare.
Well, see, it all comes down to what I imagine will be the case. If it's the digital code, people will buy the game, download the COD code, and return the game. Like, that is what will happen, and they'll
sure
games will have a stack.
Yeah.
Unless if you have to use the disc, well, then that's a bit different.
Unless accessing the remaster comes from the disc.
Yeah, as in, like, it's a downloadable code, but you have to use the disc to access it.
Because in order to get Modern Warfare, you have to have the Legacy Plus edition of Infinite Warfare. That's what's pissing people off too.
It makes sense to me.
It makes sense. But what about, we'll give you 10 of the maps, but the rest of them you're going to have to pay more for.
Makes sense.
It doesn't make sense. Fuck you.
No, it is 100% smart marketing. They know people want it. People have been demanding it, so they make it.
Yeah, so they're taking advantage of it. It's not smart marketing.
Not even.
It's dick marketing.
What it is, it's a horrible idea.
How can we get more money here? I know, I get it.
It's the video game business.
I get it, but do something cool for your fans for a change.
Dude, fans are going to buy this game no matter what. There has never been, like, apart from Ghosts, which kind of felt really bad, like, there's never... Call of Duty's never had a problem. People will buy it anyway.
I thought we were shitting on this. You're defending them.
People will shit on that game all around. I'm talking from the business side. The game itself is going to be probably garbage. But I'm defending their business decision.
At least this Call of Duty game has space battles, unlike any Star Wars game that came out recently.
There is space. Oh, no, there's not space. There's like lower atmosphere battles.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, everyone that's having a whinge, shut your fucking face, because you are lucky that they even made this. They had no need to remaster that game.
No, the need to remaster the game is that COD's it's on its way out. Look at all the games that have come out recently. The first-person shooters, Battleborn, Overwatch, which everyone's fucking raving on about. Like, I know the sales are still there, but people are getting sick of the formula. So it's like, fuck, how are we going to bump this back up? Let's bring back the most popular
This is the interesting thing. So we're from Activision's side, they'll hear people being like, oh, we're kind of sick of COD, we want to buy COD. But every year, those numbers always come through. Like, the only way it will change is if you vote with your wallet and you don't buy the game.
What's going to be interesting is, yes, this game's going to sell a shitload, right? from what I've read online, everyone's going to be playing Modern Warfare Remaster. No one's going to be playing Infinite Warfare. What are they going to do from there? What's next now?
What I hope is that everyone was like, "Oh my god, Call of Duty 4 is the best one ever," and they get there with those rose-tinted glasses, and they realize it's not as good as they expected. That's what I'm hoping.
It's not that
I want everyone to be disappointed.
It's not that long ago for
That's what I
rose-tinted
want.
glasses.
Yeah, 100% is.
No, it's definitely not.
Well, it's at least 7 years ago, 8 years ago.
What, so we're going to go as far as calling it nostalgic as well?
Yeah.
It's 7 years. No.
That's what people do these days. People be like, "Oh my god, it's so old school," and it came out like 3 years ago. People are the worst.
Yeah, but you're doing it right now.
With what?
With this. Came out 7 years ago. It's so old school. Rose-tinted glasses.
No, I'm not the one. I'm saying everyone. I'm not the one. I'm not looking forward to this. I'm not gonna I'll buy it probably because we'll have to review it. But
I'm not going to. You heard it here first. Ryan is reviewing this game because I'm not.
But like, I'm not the guy that's like, yeah, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Like, I had a lot of fun playing that game when I first got it. But that's it. I'm done. I'm out. I'm sick of talking about it. That was this week's Lab Reports from this site. I'm still just pissed from Call of Duty. This was this week's Lab Reports. For more good news and Lab Reports, head over to popculturist.com. We just haven't worked out the outro yet. Maybe you should run the outro. I did the intro.
I think you did a really good job.